Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. So last time out we finally defeated the god of control, Yaldabaoth. Sent him packing once and for all, and so the world is now saved and free of that asshole. But with a bit of a problem attached to that. Basically, in order for us to save our stop the rest of our group from being arrested, and so that Shido can go, it can be assured that Shido goes to prison. We have to sacrifice ourselves in order for that to be the case, and that's where we kind of left last part. Beginning of this part, we get a text from Arn. Basically, you get a text at this point from whoever you're in a romantic relationship with. And so if you're in a relationship with someone at this point, they will send you a text message and basically be like, you know, can we hang out? It's Christmas Eve, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, and it's kind of like the last little bit of freedom that you have before you have to go to Juvie for a very long time.
What are we supposed to do for Christmas Eve? Go out, eat dinner together?
All alone in my room? What could we possibly do? The night's still young. I like God. They're all so cheesy. I love it. But yeah. So you won't be able to see Anne again after tomorrow, so we spent a long time talking.
Oh yeah, I got you something.
And it's at this point that you also get earmuffs, which are basically like a... I don't think they're really used for anything. It's just a key item to kind of show that you had Arn's kind of romance option in for New Game Plus and stuff like that. It's just kind of to show that that she's a romance option, because I think there's a trophy to romance everyone. And so that item is just to say, yeah, you romanced Arn at this point.
I'm afraid of getting caught. I lie awake at night thinking about what I'd do if I could.
And so now she starts to talk about the potential of the police coming after her, and them being found out and going to prison. And so at this point I kind of screwed up. So basically at this point you've got a couple of options. She's kind of talking about it, so
What's wrong?
you can put her mind at ease by telling her what's going on, or you can but also by telling her, that's also going to put her into a panic, and I kind of screwed up here. So basically you've got two options.
I'm really in the mood.
You can either say, you're sorry, and then you end up telling her everything that's going on.
No, I'll be okay.
Everything that's going on, right? Or you can do this option, which is basically you keep it to yourself.
Aren't you?
You say nothing, and she kind of knows that you're hiding something.
I wish you had just told me. Good night.
And she kind of disappears, a bit hurt that you didn't really tell her what was going on. And so, yeah, that's kind of the bad option there. The good option, basically how it works out, is you end up telling her everything, and then she's kind of like, yeah, I'm worried for you and all that kind of thing. But I'm at least happy that you've told me, that kind of thing. So yeah, there you go. That's I kind of fucked up with that one. But can't do anything about that now. And so yeah, Shido is pretty much done at this point. And Koto and Futaba are really depressed because they already know what's happened. And apparently nobody else does yet. I don't know how.
Hey, Ryuji.
But they're gonna find out.
Gloomy vibe. Where's our guy?
Mako-chan, what's wrong?
And they're gonna find out.
It's okay. I'll explain.
Yep. So Juvie finally tells them. Basically, we've been arrested. We're going to juvenile hall, and all just to put what the fuck? All in an effort to put Shido behind bars once and for all.
But nothing I said could change the outcome.
And so at this point, everybody's kind of depressed that we've
Are we supposed
kind
to
of
just agree to this?
we've kind of sacrificed ourselves in order to do that, in order to make sure that everybody else is
Wanting to interrogate him makes sense.
going to be protected.
The measures following were questionable at best.
But of course, the rest of the gang aren't happy with that situation and really not happy about it.
Won't everything just cancel out if Shido tells the whole truth? That won't be enough.
Nope.
Remember what my sister said before?
That's the whole reason why he's there in the first place, because Shido confessing to everything is not enough. He needs evidence to kind of show that Shido did everything. So that means that we need someone who was there to kind of corroborate Shido's confession. And we're the only one who can do that. And so, yeah, it's basically cutting a deal with the police here that we're basically doing. Basically, you don't go after any of my teammates, and for that I will give you all the information you could want regarding what Shido did and all that kind of stuff.
That guy was real annoying. Now that he's gone, it feels...
Hey, that's rude, Ryuji. Don't call me annoying, you piece of shit.
I wish I could do something to help our leader.
What can we do? And yeah, Morgana's brought up again at this point. That Morgana wouldn't give up. Even now, he'd want to, do everything he could to try and help us out of this situation. And so the guys decide, no point in moping, no point in being all depressed and sad. Let's try and do something. Let's try and help him out. And this, this is pretty much the start of the epilogue scenes, I should say. And it's kind of a nice little thing of, because it is kind of a nice little thing of, we've done so much to help these guys out, and then they want to kind of repay that faith. Yeah, I don't know what the other two were about, but yeah, I guess that is true. But, I do. Shit. Even though it's a little bullshit, it's technically on my record. And so, yeah, that's us done. We're going to prison. We're going to juvenile hall, and we're kind of stuck now. And so, a little bit of time passes. It's now the 31st of December, so... what was that? So 7 days? 7 days have passed, and it's New Year's Eve, and we have a bit of a animated cutscene, which is nice. But like I said, I kind of like how we did everything for all these guys to kind of help them become better people, and so now it's kind of them wanting to return the favor and kind of help us out of a tight spot.
That said,
it's kind of lucky, actually, that I picked on as the relationship kind of person here, because she's the one who has the biggest... sorry, I said that horribly. But, the fact that I picked on to romance, that makes these scenes make a hell of a lot more sense as to why Anne would be so... what's the word? Be so motivated to kind of get us out. I think it does make sense with that. Although I think I don't really know. It's interesting because I think in Persona 4 Golden there was like a canon love interest because of the animation. that Rise Kushikawa was the canon love interest in Persona 4 Golden, whereas in 5 there isn't really one. Romance isn't really a thing in the animation, and if you look at the game, there's only really context clues. But yeah, I guess because Arn has the Lover's Arcana, which is the same as Rise's, you could argue that she's the canon love interest, but there isn't really one for 5, which, to be honest, I kind of like a bit better. Makes it a bit more interesting. But anyway.
Hey.
And so Makoto goes out of her way to try and get a load of people behind him, trying to get basically character witnesses to kind of say how good of a guy he is and all that. And as time kind of passes, and I like this, it kind of shows like a passage of time of how everyone you've kind of built these relationships up with, how they're all kind of going out of their way to kind of do everything they can to help you out. And so, you know, we got Takemi, who's basically going to be announcing this drug, which helped save Miwa, and how it's done such good. She wants to put our name forward as being one of the main reasons why that drug was able to exist, to kind of give more of a character witness, to kind of show more of how the main character is of good, sound character, which again is nice. And Kawakami kind of rallying the teachers that they can't just, you know, that this is all bullshit and they've got to try and help him in any way they can. They're not going... Got good teachers that don't believe in their students. And I like that. It just kind of shows a good bit of character development from Kawakami from the beginning of the game. Which is just... It's just a nice little full circle thing. And Chihaya using her... basically all the people that kind of believed in her when she was doing her stuff on behalf of that cult, the cultish kind of organization, is now asking those same people to kind of help her out and trying to get us free. And I love this. Oya going out of her way to find the person who filed the report on behalf of Shido, who you know said that, you know, the main character that we assaulted Shido is now trying to find this the woman who, you know, talked on behalf of Shido, who was kind of forced into lying about what happened. You know, I love that Oya's going so far out of the way for him. And Yoshida as well, rallying the people in and around the diet building and in you know, politicians sorry, in order to do something to try and rescind all the false charges against him and stuff like that. And even Hifumi going into the media and saying it's all because of us, yet again, more kind of stuff, you know, character witness kind of things. And yeah, we wake up back in the Velvet Room, but this time we're not locked behind bars, which I kind of like. It kind of shows a bit of personal growth, you know, growth for us as well, that, you know, we're no longer imprisoned. We're no longer in this prison. We're now back in, you know, we're unshackled, as it were, which I kind of like. Of course I did. I'm awesome. And now we get the Arcana, the World, which is the final Arcana. I think this is something which hasn't been done in any other Persona game. This is kind of like the one time where you get something from the attendant of the Velvet Room, where it's kind of like this is your the recognition of you saving the world, defeating the final boss of the game, which I kind of like. And of course, because we've defeated Yaldabaoth, that means our time in the Velvet Room and our time with Igor must come to an end as well. So off he goes. And off goes Lavenza as well. So yeah, that's our last time in the Velvet Room, our last time meeting with Igor and Lavenza. And which I guess kind of makes sense, because, you know, the mementos is kind of gone. So the Velvet Room is now kind of free of mementos. And so it's one last time, now that we've fully taken back control, where, you know, everything's all done, and that's the last time we will see the Velvet Room. We're all done, ladies and gentlemen. We're pretty much done at this point. It's just the epilogue scene now, and now we fast forward. Yes, by the way, it's a stroke of good fortune that we get we're going to be getting out of Juvenile Hall on the 13th of February, the day before Valentine's Day.
I have two great pieces of news for you today.
Isn't that a good
First,
stroke of
we
luck?
finally managed to prosecute Masayoshi Shido. He'll likely be found guilty.
So yeah,
I'm grateful
first
for your
thing,
cooperation
Shido is now definitely going down. Our testimony proved useful, and Shido is going to be sentenced and is going to go to prison for his crimes, which, thank God.
Came to our side. It will likely be some more time until the hearing begins, but this is the first step to true change. The only charges
Yeah, I
right
don't think.
now are for breaking
I'm trying to
laws,
remember. I don't think they
funding
really
control
talk
laws,
about
I knew that proving the metaverse's
you know,
existence would be difficult.
who,
Still,
like
I
what's
felt
happening with
dissatisfied.
the
Shido did
government
admit to
at this
all of
point.
his crimes,
I
but
don't think. I
everything
think it's just kind of assumed that
Now for the other piece of good news.
new leaders have
As
been
of
kind
today,
of
you'll be free
put
to
into
go.
place, and we're free, baby. Look at that. How nice is
Right.
that?
Shido's confession brought light to the truth of your case. We were able to prove your innocence in the original assault charge that led to your arrest. Your sentence will no doubt be
Yeah.
rescinded. You're a free man. The others
Yeah.
who
So
acted
basically,
with
because of the
courage,
deal that we struck,
leading a woman
we
who
didn't
was
go
a
to
victim
prison
of
for all the
cases
Phantom
with
Thieves
no
related stuff.
discipline.
We were actually put in
That wasn't
prison
all.
for breaking
An
our
unbelievable amount of support
our,
was coming from various other places as
probation.
well. To think they'd be able
because
to
so
track
because
down
of the
someone
fact that
involved in a
now
case from
because
well
of
over a year
Shido's
ago.
confession, the
Regardless,
fact that the
righteous
first crime
Phantom
was
Thieves are gone.
not a
All
crime
remaining
and was a
is
load
for
of
us
bullshit,
adults to lead the right direction.
because that has
Again,
now been brought to
I have
light,
wonder if you believe
we
what I
shouldn't have
say.
been put on probation, so we couldn't have broken our probation, which means that we'll be allowed to
Still,
go.
I'm glad I was able to save you in court.
You know what I mean?
I've never felt so
So
happy in my
it's
entire
basically a
life.
case of,
I
because
know
the
that
original
you should
the
have
original
saving your future meant more to me than
crime,
my own career.
because the original
I
crime
feel
has been
like you
kind of
even taught me how
rescinded,
to live.
the original punishment has been rescinded, which means that
That's not true.
we will be free to go from today onwards,
By the way,
which is very,
it's
very,
been on
very,
my
very
mind.
nice.
What did the
It's a
treasure
good
of
thing
my
to
world
happen.
turn out to be?
I don't
I suppose
we
it
I
doesn't
don't think we
matter
ever
how
really
much I
see her
know.
treasure, because you remember that
There is.
we were working with Akechi at that
I
point,
haven't even told Makoto
and
about
we
this,
actually
but I
swapped in a
realized
fake
something after
treasure
meeting all of you. My most prized
to be
treasure is
taken
the
out of
justice I used to protect
Sai's
those who
cognitive
hurt me.
world.
Makoto
So
helped
I don't
show
think
me
we
how
ever
to
see
grow.
the real treasure,
Once
from
the
what I
Shido
remember.
case is settled, I'm thinking of quitting my job and becoming a defense lawyer. I
So
want
yeah,
to
Sai,
reform
and
the system.
with everything that's happened, Sai has now
So
decided
that
that she doesn't want to keep
going
doing this
forward, I
bullshit
want
job
to enact
anymore.
justice for myself, for the sake of
And instead, what she
others.
wants to do is just become a defense lawyer for people,
Well
you know,
then, I need to go submit the paperwork
try and
for
help
your
people who
release.
truly deserve to be helped.
Oh, that reminds
So
me.
you know,
May I ask you
I
one
kind of
more
like
thing?
that. I kind of like there's a little bit of growth for Sai as well. That's just
According to
one of
your
the good things
testimony,
about this
you could have
game, is
stopped
that
after
there's
taking
just growth
Kamoshida
all
down, couldn't you?
round for
Why
pretty
did
much
you
every single
continue
character
acting as the
that
Phantom
you've
Thieves? Perhaps I'm thinking
got
too
to
much
know
into
throughout
this.
the entire game.
A thief who
Um,
justly stole the hearts of
And so
others,
it's nice
and a
that Sai
criminal
is
who
kind of
controlled
like,
them for his own
you
gain.
know,
It seems your destiny
isn't
has
obsessed
been
with just
tied to
climbing the
Shido for
ladder
some time.
anymore and just wants
And
to
now
do
it's
something which
finally
you'll
settled.
find truly kind of,
Doesn't this seem a little too perfect? It's almost as
what's the
though
word?
someone planned
Truly
it all.
fulfilling for her, which I kind of like. She has a point. Yeah, it seems as if it's almost
Could it
been
be
planned.
that this was your goal from the very beginning?
It was all a game.
A game. That's quite a fitting response for you. You know, this job has
It was
shown
all a
my
game.
fair share of criminals and
It's that
convicts.
motherfucker yelled about you. What a piece of shit.
If young people like you exist in this world, maybe things aren't as hopeless as they seem. I'm sorry for rambling.
Oh, thank you,
I
Sai.
shouldn't keep
It's
that
very nice of
hidden
you to
for
say.
too long.
So yeah,
Thank you again.
We're
for
free to
everything you've
go.
done. See you later.
and more importantly, so that means we're free to go. Shido's behind bars, and everyone, and the rest of our group are completely safe from prosecution. Isn't that just awesome? And of course, we're getting picked up in that beautiful yellow beetle by Sojiro.
But Futaba just wouldn't stop bugging me. Anyway, you're a free man now, aren't
Oh, you're still being tsundere there,
It'd look bad on me
Sojiro.
if
Just
it
say you
didn't
wanted to
again.
pick us up, lad.
All right, let's go home.
So yeah,
It's cold, so get in quick.
it's cold. Yeah. So yeah, now we've just got to going to head back, and it's going to be time to meet up with the gang once again and to have a bit of a celebration. But that's not going to be till next part. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5, when we'll be having a bit of a party to celebrate us getting out of Juvie and being vindicated. And the last and yeah, it'll be the continuation of the epilogue, which is just another 2 parts left, and we're done with this game. So yeah, fuck, it's been a long journey. Anyway, next time it's party time. See you next time.